Hey folks, it's a beautiful weekend out. Let's pack up the Monkey and head into the mountains and we'll go camping. I wanted to test out the rack and everything and see how it handles weight, even though the suspension is very soft, too soft on these Monkeys. There's no preload adjustment on the rear, but there is if you kind of think about it. I'll show you that real quick when we do a quick walk around. Let's go ahead and do that real fast. Alrighty. So while there's no preload adjusters on these, you can actually turn this collar 90 degrees and move the notch up off that. That gives you like 1/4 of an inch worth of preload. So it's a little stronger, not much though. And these aren't regular bags I'll be using for this sort of thing. This is just my backpack and I've got a cooler and stuff strapped on there. My other bags will be much neater. So I've got a little bit of a load here. I'm carrying some extra fuel. I've got about 1/4 of a gallon. That'll give me about an extra 35 miles of reserve fuel. So there's the Monkey all loaded up. And we are heading up those mountains down there. If we can get out here in the street far enough. We're going up there, over that. You can see mountains here. So I live at the foot of the Blue Ridge Mountains. Blue Ridge Parkway is right up there, so is the Appalachian Trail and things like that. So let's fire this thing up, and man, I am gonna sweat my butt off getting out of town. Let's go. Alright, this road is about to turn very rough. So we're going to be tiptoeing down this mountain to get to the campsite. See how bad this is. I don't think this rear rack's going to last too long. I can feel it flexing and bobbing, bouncing around. Oh, oh. It's all washed out. This isn't too bad through here. A lot of little ruts. I expected this to be a little rockier. There were some rocks. Looks like it's just gonna be little patches like that. Very loose. Get back on the hard pack here. Well, my regular spot was right back there, but there was people in it. So let's go down a little further and see if we can find something else. Oh, it's rocky. Oh, oh, oh. Spot there, nobody's in that. Let's check one other place. We might come back to that one. So I got them rough rocky patches just pop up out of nowhere. It looks like there's people here too. Alright, let's turn around and go back to the other one. I don't know if they're staying. You guys camping or just hanging out?
Hanging out.
I'm camping.
Yeah, you riding all night.
Honda Monkey. All right, we have made it to camp and got everything all set up. I've changed clothes, feel a lot better, cooling off, getting ready to sit down and chill. Let's take a quick walk around camp and see what we got. Well, the monkey bike performed great. The only problem I had was this rack from G-Craft is just too flimsy. I'm gonna have to buy something a little more sturdy. There's a lot of flexing and bouncing and things like that coming out of this rack. Other than that, everything else has worked fine. The monkey's performing great. Got my sweaty clothes drying out back there. Here I've got the tent all set up. Some of that stuff will go inside the tent. Once it gets dark, I can crawl in there. And behind us, we've got a nice little mountain stream, and this is going to provide some ambient noise that's going to make me sleep like a baby. Pretty nice. Not bad. I wanted to go even further. I wanted to camp down even further, but the ground just wasn't conducive to setting up a tent and camp and all that stuff. Plus there's a fire pit already here. So I'll just use that and we'll just chill out and enjoy our evening and relax. Got 2 days off in a row. I'm chilling. Well, it just ain't camping till you've had your spam on a stick. Tell you what, coming out here and just sitting in the woods and chilling out might be boring to some people, but I just got off a stretch where I worked over a month straight, 7 days a week, 10-hour days, and I worked all 3 shifts in that time. Daylight, second shift, third shift, the whole thing. I busted my ass, and I think I deserve a day to chill and not do anything. I've earned it. Well, it is 5:30 in the morning, and the sun is starting to come up deep in the forest, so there won't be any sunrise pictures today. I'll let it come up a little further, and I'm going to start packing up and get out of here. Had a good night's sleep. That was great. I needed that. Well, we've got everything packed up except for me. It's time to say goodbye to our campsite for the evening, and let's head out of here. How good is that view? Well, that is the sunrise over the Shenandoah Valley in western Virginia. I live down there. That's House Mountain off in the distance, the flat top one out there. That's what this overlook is. We're up on the Blue Ridge Parkway again. And I think the Monkey's doing great. I'm really liking it. I have noticed that with a lot of weight on the back, the front end gets a little light. You can feel the front end lightening up, but it's not squirrely or out of control or anything like that. So hopefully once I get my new bags and luggage in, that'll take care of some of that weird waiting situation. That chair, I should have left it. That thing's about had it. That rack has to go. That's just too flimsy for the weight I'm going to put on it. Fly screen's still off in limbo in the mail somewhere. I am going to do a suspension upgrade over the winter. No engine modifications, except maybe stiffer clutch springs. That might be about the extent of it. Because I'm not worried about speed. I'm worried about going the distance and being comfortable. That's what I got it for. Because eventually I plan to take this on the Trans-America Trail. Trying to get my brother and sister together, get them on bikes, and the three of us just head off across the country. It's going to be like a 90-day, I got to go 10,000 miles there and back. So it's going to be an epic, epic trip, but that's quite a ways down the road. And so that's a lot of what I'm doing is experimenting, seeing what works and what doesn't, and what I can get them on, and things like that. So I think the three of us traveling across the country, because we grew up all pretty much separate from each other. We were all orphaned. I was 5, my little brother was 4, and my sister was 7, I believe, at that age, or at that time. And we all grew up pretty much away from each other. I haven't seen my brother in almost 50 years. So it's going to be quite a journey doing something like that with people who are essentially strangers. We really don't know each other. We've talked a few times. You know, I've been in touch with my sister a lot more, but my brother, I haven't seen him in 50 years. So like I said, it's going to be 3 strangers traveling across the country on little bikes on dirt roads, just having an epic adventure of a lifetime. So hopefully that turns out really well. So I hope you guys like the Monkey videos. I probably won't do too many more on this bike. I just wanted to get this out there and put my thoughts on it. Take care, everybody.